let's see, which one should I take out next? I end up finding something else that I want because y'all know I'll be on a budget. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. If you're not going to stay for the whole entire video, I would suggest that you go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel and put a book emoji in the comments if you're gonna leave early, and that'll help my channel because it really does help when you engage in my channel. So let's get into it. So today's the next day because I did too much talking yesterday trying to film my book haul videos, and I'm just a transparent person. I got too tired of talking, and I literally was like, I'm gonna have to film this tomorrow. So I hope y'all don't mind me drinking. I hope that's not like like book too unprofessional, because the nurse at my job be saying, drink your water, make sure y'all drink y'all water. So I picked up 10 books at Book Outlet because I wanted to. And because I was in my fantasy era when I purchased these books. So these books are literally coming from my impulse buy as trying to be a fantasy reader. So I am a beginning fantasy reader. So don't be trying to come for me in the comments because I'm not an expert at fantasy and the world building and all the magical systems and tiers. I'm just not. I'm learning, y'all. I'm like really, really, really learning. So I'm actually going to share with you all the 10 books that I purchased. So if you did not see my bookish video of when me and my son actually went to the computer museum, I kind of explained to you how I ended up here with these 10 books. It was because they were just a lot cheaper to get them from Book Outlet and they were brand new. So hopefully when I open this up, Book Outlet didn't send me some crazy looking books, right? Because y'all know the last time they sent me a book with pages flipped in, I was flabbergasted. So we got here because while I was in half price books, these books were actually cheaper on half price books. So instead of spending over $100 for half price books that someone already had, I literally went on Book Outlet and found the books and ended up paying only not even a fraction, but like $58 for all 10 books. And then at the time, Book Outlet was running a promotion, which I'm not sure if they're still running the promotion, but they were running buy four, get one free. So I ended up buying 8 books and I got 2 free. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. I guess the Canadian workers at the post office are having like a strike. So it literally says when you track your shipping that your packages could be delayed. So if y'all are like ordering from Book Outlet, just be careful about ordering books because I don't know like how long the strike is going to be. I'm not sure, but I mean, my books did come in about a week and a half, so that's not too bad. And I know a lot of people complain about the logistics or the shipping time of the books, but I've never had books to arrive more than like a week and a half later. I don't know. Maybe it's because I live in Georgia. I don't know. But I do know that the books do ship from Canada. So right now their workers are like on a strike or something. So I'm like, well, I'm glad y'all shipped my package because I would have been devastated if I had not gotten my books. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you one thing I love about Book Outlet. They do make it easier for you to, I can't show y'all my address, but they do make it like easy for you to like open the package. So you see that this little thing right here, like it helps you to, it's like perforated already for you to like be able to open it up. So I do like that. And really you could just reuse the box if you wanted to. So I'm gonna open this box up. So let me know in the comments while we're talking, like what was your latest book that you bought? Like what was your latest book haul? Me, I swear I'm hauling all the time, but After December, oh yeah, no, won't be because I'm trying to read all the books that I'm purchasing. And if you keep buying like new books, you're never gonna read the ones you have. So I told myself like, okay, get some restraint. Like I need to get some discipline. One of these books I am super excited about because I've been wanting this book for the last year and I just never took the plunge to actually get it. So I'm actually just going to talk about the books um out of the box. Like just get them out of the box and talk about them. So if y'all saw my half price book vlog, this book was in there and I was like, oh my gosh, I really, really want that because like I was looking for some fantasy reads by African American or African authors, and then this came up. So this is called Black Sun by Rebecca Roan Horse. And y'all, just the cover alone, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. It had really great reviews on Goodreads and I think Amazon. So I decided to pick this up. It says, inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas, woven into a tale of celestial prophecies, forbidden magic, crafted with unforgettable characters, Rebecca Roanhorse has created an epic fantasy adventure in the most original series debut of the decade. In the holy city of Tova, three lives are converging during a solar eclipse proscribed by the sun priest as an unbalancing of the world. Meanwhile, a ship launches from a distant city bound for Tova and set to arrive on the solstice. The captain of the ship, Zala, we're going to go with that, is a disgraced teak whose song can calm the waters around her as easily as it can warp a man's mind. Her ship carries one passenger described as harmless. The passenger, Serapio, is a young man blind, scarred, and cloaked in destiny. As Zala well knows, when a man is described as harmless, he usually ends up being a villain. So this reminds me, just the character development right there just kind of reminds me of Rowan from Children of Blood and Bone. So it's almost like, is it going to be like a Zelly and Rowan of Children of Blood and Bone? So I am like super interested because I cannot wait to read this. So the next one that I got is called Immortal Longing. Okay, so it came in good condition. Okay. So this is by Chloe Gong. This had really great reviews, so I decided to pick this one up. And I know there is a second book, but I didn't want to get the second book until I actually read the first one. So this says, in the overcrowded twin cities of San Air, where some possess the ability to jump between bodies. Oh, I like shapeshifters. Oh, I like I like that. Especially I think my favorite is like shapeshifters. I know this sounds crazy, but I absolutely do like shapeshifters. Like people especially it kind of reminds me of Mystique, how she can like turn herself into like different people. Okay, so the palace kicks off its annual games to great anticipation. Be the last survivor in a battle to death and win unimaginable riches. Princess Kala Tuolimi has spent 5 years in hiding. This year, she finally emerges for the contest, and for her real prize is an elusive meeting with King Kasa, whose head she plans to take. Okay, go ahead, Chloe. That's what's up. So I cannot wait to read this because if that's good, I'm definitely going to buy the second book. So the next book is called Blood Scion by Deborah Falaye. And when I saw this book and I read the premise, I was like, I have got to have this book. Like I just love how like our covers be so darn dramatic. It's like it makes you want to read. So this says 15-year-old Sloane can incinerate an enemy at will. She is a Scion, a descendant of the ancient Orisha gods. Under the loosest brutal rule, her identity means her death if her powers are discovered. So I love like African lore and mythology. So if you're like into that, this probably will be a really great read. And this one actually did have good reviews. Let's see, which one should I take out next? So now this particular book I actually have been wanting to read for the last year, but I was too scared at the time to venture into fantasy because I'm a thriller girl. It's really hard for me to stay like focused on anything that's not a thriller. So I decided to just take the plunge. But I'm planning, if this is good, I'm planning to get the hardcover because I do want the hardcover of the second book. So this is Lore of the Wild by Annalie Sabrana. I think that's right, Sabrana. So I absolutely love the cover. It's like so pretty, and it's like hieroglyphics. So I've been wanting this like since it came out last year, but I was just like, I don't know because like fantasy, romantasy is just not my genre, but I'm like willing to try. So it says in the land ruled by ruthless Fae, lore. Okay, I'm not gonna try to pronounce her last name. Let's just start over. In a land ruled by ruthless Fae, Lore's village is trapped in a forested prison. Lore knows that any escape attempt is futile. Her scars are a testament to her past failures. But when her village is threatened, Lore makes a desperate deal with the Fae Lord. She will leave her home to catalog an enchanted library that hasn't been touched in 1,000 years. Okay, so we're talking about leaving her home is giving Shield of Sparrow. But I love the book aspect to it because I'm a reader, I'm a lover, so I'm literally wondering how she's gonna catalog this library. I'm wondering if she's gonna fall in love with this Phalor. So I bet this is forced proximity, enemies to lovers trope. I bet it is. So I cannot wait to get into this. I cannot wait to get into this, y'all. I was so excited to order this. This has literally been on my book outlet haul like 15 times, and I usually just end up taking it out because I end up finding something else that I want because y'all know I'll be on a budget. Okay, so the next book is called House of Marionne by J.L. And I've also heard some great things about this book. I've seen it so many times in Books a Million. So this says 17-year-old Quell has lived her entire life on the run. She and her mother have fled from city to city in order to hide the deadly magic that flows through Quell's veins until someone discovers her dark secret. To hide from the assassin hunting her and keep her mother out of harm's way, Quell reluctantly becomes inducted into a debutante society of magical social elites called the Order that she never knew existed. Oh yeah, like I'm definitely wanting to read this. So we're talking about hidden secrets, deadly magic, probably a forbidden love story as well. So I cannot wait to get into this. And this is actually the first book in the duology. I think there is a second book to this. So that's also like why I chose this one. So can't wait to get into that one. So then I got The Coven by Harper L. Woods, and I had been wanting to read this anyway, and I wanted to pick up the second one at BJ's, but I was like, let me just wait and read the first one because it did have really good reviews on Goodreads. So this says, raised to be my father's weapon against the Coven that took away his sister and his birthright. I would do anything to protect my younger brother from suffering the same fate. My duty forces me to the secret town of Crystal Hollow and the prestigious Hollows Grove University, where the best and brightest of my kind learn to practice their magic free from human judgment. There are no whispered words here, no condemnation. The only animosity I face comes from the beautiful and infuriating headmaster, a man who despises me just as much as I loathe him and everything he stands for. So I'm wondering if that's like the whole plan is to get into this school, infiltrate this school, and then do his bidding for his father. So this seems like some deadly hidden secrets. I'm excited about this. And then look at the spray edges. They're super pretty. So I'm really excited that Book Outlet did not send me no mess. Okay, so now this next book was actually recommended by Shaughnessy, and she was actually reading this book in one of her video vlogs, And the way that she talked about it made me feel like I needed to go get it. So guess what happened? So I got it. And I cannot wait to get into it because the way that she described the character development and the like historical information surrounding like women's rights and women's bodies within this particular book, I really felt like it was just my due diligence to actually go get this to read. So this says Montgomery, Alabama, 1973. Fresh out of nursing school, Civil Townsend intends to make a difference, especially in her African American community. At the Montgomery Family Planning Clinic, she hopes to help women shape their destinies to make their own choices for their lives and bodies. But when her first week on the job takes her along a dusty country road to a worn down one room cabin, Sybil is shocked to learn that her new patients, Erica and India, are children, just 11 and 13 years old. Neither of the Williams sisters has ever kissed a boy, are poor and black, and for those handling the family's welfare benefits, that's reason enough to have the girls on birth control. As Sybil grapples with her role, she takes India and Erica and their family into her heart until one day she arrives at the door to learn the unthinkable has happened and nothing will ever be the same. Y'all, when I tell you the way Shaughnessy like literally describes this book, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to read this. So I definitely have to add that to my TBR. I'm gonna have to fit it in there somewhere because I really, really, really want to read that. Y'all, I'm so proud of Book Outlet because they sent me some books with some sense that look like they got sense. And the books look really, really good. They packaged them really well this time. I'm Y'all, I'm happy about that. Okay, so the next book I got, look at this. Oh my gosh. Super love the cover. The back is a little bent, but that's all right. That's all right. Um, so this is called The Conductors by Nicole Glover. And after I read the premise on Book Outlet, I was like, yes, I gotta get that. Hetty Rhodes and her husband Benji were conductors on the Underground Railroad. Yes, Harriet Tubman, ferrying dozens of slaves to freedom with daring, cunning, and magic that draws its power from the constellations. With the war over, those skills find a new purpose as Hetty and Benji solve mysteries and murders that white authorities would otherwise ignore. Okay, Black Power. Yes. So I'm just saying. So yes, definitely when I read the premise, I was like, I'm instantly getting this. I don't care about any type of reviews. I am getting this because I definitely want to read this. And y'all know that I love black historical nonfiction. And when you're talking about Harriet Tubman and the Black Daniel with this Underground Railroad, okay, what? Yes, ask the carts. Okay, so the next one is by it's called Flawless Girls by Anna Marie McLemore. And so when I read the premise and saw the cover, I knew that I had to have this. And I think this actually had some great reviews on Goodreads. I really didn't read the reviews. I just looked at the rating. I try my best not to read the reviews on Goodreads because sometimes the way that people interpret a book can actually sway you from getting a book. Because me, I'm very analytical. I'm like a Virgo. And if I see one bad review, even on Amazon, like if I'm ordering appliances, if I see one bad review, even if it has like even if it has like 4 stars and I see one bad review, I'm not getting it. My mind literally becomes fixated on that negative review. So when it comes to books, especially African American, I try my best not to read people's reviews, but I do look at the rating, the overall rating of the book. And this book actually had like I think a 4 star. So of course, like I wanted to get it, and then it looks like this. I wonder, or let me see. Okay, so it looks like these are all the other books on the back of this. It looks like these are all the books that the author has written. So I'm actually gonna check these out. So I'll show y'all. So it looks like these are all the books that she has actually written. So I'm actually gonna check this out. So if this is good, I'm definitely gonna check out the rest of her literature. So this says the Solar Sisters are infamous in polite society, brazen and rebellious. But their grandmother also knows the standards that the two young Latina ladies will be held to. Coveted she secures them coveted places at the Allaire House, a prominent finishing school. Younger sister Isla is back home within a day, but older sister Renata stays. When she returns months later, she's unfailingly pleasant, unnervingly polite, and Isla discovers possibly murderous. And the same night that Renata returns home, she vanishes. Ooh, this definitely gives me cult vibes. And y'all know I love cult thrillers. So I'm interested to see like actually what happens to her. So I'm probably gonna have to also recommend this after I read it to my coworker because I love cult thrillers. So if you all know of any cult thrillers, make sure you put them down in the comments because I want to actually check them out. So the last book that was on my to get list from originally from Half Price Books was The Darkening. This is actually the first book and I think the duology because there is a second book to this. Now, however, when I did look at the reviews or the rating on Goodreads, I think this may have had like a 3-star, but I decided I don't care. I want to read it for myself. It's called The Darkening by Sonia Mara. And it says failed revolutionaries failed revolutionaries. When her mother was caught by the Reggio soldiers, they gave her a choice: death by the hangman's axe or death by the storm that surrounds the city and curses anyone it touches. She chose the storm. When the Reggio soldiers, led by a paranoid prince, catch up to Vesper's father after 12 years on the run, Vesper will do whatever it takes to save him from the sharing that fate. Even arm herself with her father's book of dangerous magic, infiltrate the prince's elite squad, cheat her way into the prince's cold heart. But when Vesper learns that there's more to the story of her mother's death, she'll have to make a choice if she wants to save her city, trust the prince and her family's secrets, or follow her mother's footsteps into the storm. So, y'all, I was like, okay, I definitely want to read this because this seems really scandalous, deceitful, and manipulative. It seems like it's like a dark epic fantasy. So, I cannot wait to get into this, even though it's not getting added to my TBR anytime soon. However, that is it. That's all I got from a book outlet. So if you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments. If you've read any of these books, what is your rating? What new books have you actually bought? What is your favorite fantasy? What is your favorite book? If you stayed to the end of the video, you already know what to do. Give me a book emoji in the comments. And maybe I have another haul for y'all. Hopefully by the end of the month, you will actually see me home. Hopefully, I'll be home. I'll be settled because that's what I'm hoping and that's what I'm praying for. So that's why I'm literally making all of these videos like way ahead of time. So I actually have content to actually give y'all while I'm trying to get myself settled in to the house. So anyway, if you like my videos and you would love to come back for other future hauls, other future video vlogs, other future other future rants about talking about books, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my content. If you don't know what to put in the comment section, just put a book emoji. Until next time, thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.